Welcome to Badlands, I'm Chris. Today we're going to be doing a comparison video on the SRC 1911 and the Xtreme 45. Let's take a look at the Xtreme 45. I'm going to start with a couple things that I do like. So you do have a Picatinny rail on the bottom here to attach your flashlight. That's going to help you navigate the field in low light conditions, communicate with your team, and even blind your opponents. The next thing I do like is the adjustable rear sight that allows you to sight in your gun with different weight BBs. That's going to make you more effective on the field. Some things I'm not too keen on are, initially when you pick it up, it's definitely heavier than I thought it was going to be. I noticed right away the grip is definitely thicker than normal, not something you'd find on a standard 1911. You do have a non-functioning grip safety here. Your trigger is not the same as a 1911, so it is specifically made for this gun. The body, to me, does have the look of what would be a toy gun. So something definitely in the lower price point, or lower price range. It doesn't have the authentic look that I like, personally, when fielding a gun. On the Xtreme 45, you can expect a half blowback slide action. So if you want that full blowback action, this is not the gun for you. Taking a look at the magazine, this is not your standard 1911 style magazine. It's definitely made for this gun. It does feature 16 round capacity. It's CO2. It does require a tool to tighten down your CO2 at the bottom here. Some other features to note is to access your hop-up unit, simply cock your slide back. That will give you access to the Allen key style screw here, which will adjust your hop-up for light to heavyweight BBs as needed. And this guy does feature a CO2 mag, and it is shooting over 400 FPS. So you're looking mid 400s initially with a fresh CO2. So this may be best for plinking unless you can get to an outdoor field that allows for high FPS. Now let's take a look at the SRC 1911. I'm going to tell you some things I like and some things I don't like about it. Initially, when I pick it up, I noticed the weight right away. It's a nice balanced weight. It was what I expect of a 1911, and the grip is definitely a lot thinner, similar to an actual 1911. I noticed immediately you have a working grip safety here, so until that thing is depressed, it won't fire. That's great. Added realism, just like the real thing. You have your standard 1911 trigger here as well. I like that the body is a nice matte black finish, and there's very few to no markings on it. I think that's really, really cool. I'd rather have nothing than too much on there. I think that's a nice understated, sleek look. On the left side, you do have your safety here. So if you have to put your gun in safe, no worries. That guy will do it for you. You have a slide catch here. And as you notice, this guy has full blowback. You're going to be able to see right down the magazine well into your gun. The 1911 strips down just like a authentic 1911 would. And this is actually how you access your hop-up. So you have your wheel here. You can adjust as you go up or down in BB weight. And then when you're ready to put it back on, you simply put it back together just like you would a real steel 1911. Pretty cool. With it is a CO2 powered magazine holding 15 rounds in a single stack, and it is Allen key tightened via the bottom, which they give you in the box. This is more of an authentic looking 1911. It's going to fit in your pouches nice and easily, and it has that nice sleek look. One thing I'm not too keen on is the lack of a rail at the bottom here. I do like the ability to attach my flashlight. That way I can see in low light conditions, communicate with my team, and even blind opponents. Let's do a quick holster check. I like to run the SciTac modular style holster, so this guy does lock it in, and it's an index release. So we're going to test both guns. Let's start with the SRC 1911. Locks in, so this will be effective with this holster, and it is a index release. Very, very easy. Run that on your belt, run a MOLLE adapter, whatever. Let's try the Xtreme 45. So unfortunately, because the slide is a lot thicker, it's not going to function properly with the SciTac holster. It seems really sticky. That's not something I'm going to want to run with this holster. When it comes to packaging, I'll give it to SRC. The 1911 comes in a hard case with foam internally. That's going to keep your gun in place, and the hard shell, hard polymer case is going to keep it protected when traveling to and from the field. On the other hand, when it comes to the Xtreme 45, you do get this cardboard box, so not something that I'll be keeping my gun in. I'll likely just take the gun out and throw the box away. Last but not least, I want to point out a pistol lanyard. These are relatively inexpensive, so make sure you get out there and get one. The last thing you want to do is lose your sidearm when you're playing bush ball. So get yourself a pistol lanyard and make sure that you have an attachment point on your gun. So you do have a loop on the bottom of your SRC 1911 that will allow you to easily attach your pistol lanyard. On the Xtreme 45, you do have a recessed pistol lanyard loop here, so unfortunately I won't be able to attach this directly to the gun. You may have to do some sort of go-between, such as a zip tie or something like that, but it does have one. It's just recessed in the bottom here. So there you have it, the comparison between the SRC 1911 and the G&G Xtreme 45. If you're looking for something that's extremely authentic with a full blowback, the SRC 1911 is going to be for you. If you don't care about realism and definitely need a spot for your flashlight, the Xtreme 45 is for you. Be sure to follow us on social media so you can stay up to date with news and new videos. As always, guys, I'm Chris, and I'll see you on the field.